P2, 6.2. On Saturday, Marilyn went with her parents to see Alice in Wonderland at the community theater. Marilyn had never seen anything so wonderful. Right there, she made up her mind to be an actress. Mr. Randall, the theater director, was a friend of Marilyn's father. After the show, Mr. Randall invited Marilyn and her family to go backstage. There, Marilyn met Miss Hyland, who had played the Queen of Hearts. Meeting a real actress thrilled Marilyn. "I want to be an actress too," Marilyn said. "Maybe you will be," replied Miss Hyland with a smile. On Sunday night, just after dinner, the phone rang. Marilyn's mother talked for a few minutes. Then she handed the phone to Marilyn. "It's Mr. Randall, the theater director," Mom said. "He wants to talk to you." "Do you still want to be an actress?" Mr. Randall asked. Marilyn said she did. "Then come to the theater Saturday at 1 o'clock, said Mr. Randall. "We're having tryouts for our new play." On Saturday, Mr. Randall asked Marilyn to read a few lines from the new play. It was called Signs of Spring. When Marilyn finished reading, the director smiled. "That was perfect," he said. "You'll be great playing the part of the daughter." Every day after school, Marilyn did her homework. Then she practiced her lines. By the end of the week, she had memorized them all. When Marilyn arrived for rehearsal the next Saturday, she was a little nervous. Finally, it was her turn to speak. Miss Hyland had just finished speaking her lines to one of the other actors. She was playing the lead role in the play. Marilyn knew her lines. She had said them to her father at the breakfast table. She had said them to her mother in the car. She had even said them to Mr. Randall in the theater lobby. But when she stood up on stage, the words wouldn't come out. She was just too scared. Marilyn talked about the problem with her parents. "Just try to relax," Mother said. But Marilyn could not relax. "There's no reason to be afraid," Father said. But Marilyn was afraid. At the next rehearsal, Miss Hyland put her arm around Marilyn. "I get nervous on stage too," she admitted. Then she told Marilyn about a special way she had to make herself feel better. When she said her lines, she pretended that only her husband was in the room. "Try it," Miss Hyland said. "When you say your lines, pretend you are talking only to me." When it was Marilyn's turn to speak, she tried to think only of Miss Hyland. It worked pretty well, but she still forgot a few lines. "Don't worry," Miss Hyland said afterwards. "You'll get better with time." At the dress rehearsal, everyone wore their costumes. With the stage lights in her eyes, Marilyn couldn't see Miss Hyland, but she said her lines to Miss Hyland anyway. She was delighted when she forgot only one line. On the night of the opening performance, the theater was packed. Marilyn peeked through the curtains nervously as the musicians picked up their instruments. Suddenly, she felt a hand on her shoulder. It was Miss Hyland. "Remember," Miss Hyland said with a wink, "say your lines only to me." Finally, it was time for Marilyn's lines. As she walked out onto the stage, her heart beat madly. The theater was packed with people, but Marilyn thought about only one of them. That night, her performance was perfect.